Good afternoon, everyone. In today's video, we are going to be looking at Invest 91L in the Gulf of Mexico, which is now becoming more of a high chance at developing into a tropical storm. Welcome to the first day of hurricane season. We've already got this Invest 91L in the Gulf. Last year, we saw our first tropical disturbance around this time as well, a few days after the first day of hurricane season, but we've already got it here, even spotting this tropical disturbance a few days before the start of hurricane season. But as you can see, Invest 91L right now does have a 70% chance of cyclone formation in 7 days. They have changes, so it's now 2 days in a 7-day outlook. The National Hurricane Center is now forecasting 2 days further in advance this year, which is quite helpful as that's an entire week out. So that's a change to forecasting this hurricane season. But as of right now, National Hurricane Center does say that recent satellite wind data along with buoy and ship observations indicate the area low pressure over the northeastern Gulf of Mexico has a broad but well-defined circulation with maximum sustained winds of about 35 miles per hour. Shower and thunderstorm activity associated with the low is also showing signs of organization. Environmental conditions remain marginally favorable for additional development, and if these trends continue, a short-lived tropical depression or storm is likely to form as soon as this afternoon. Now, regardless of development, locally heavy rainfall could occur over the portions of the Florida Peninsula through this weekend. Additional information on the rainfall and flooding potential can be found in the products issued by your local National Weather Service forecast office and excessive rainfall outlooks. Looking at recent satellite imagery, you can see here as you can see here, we have Invest 91L, and we are not seeing a lot of convection right now with this system. We could definitely very well see that low pressure system spinning up a storm there just south of the Florida Panhandle. Florida Peninsula have a little bit of convection popping up on the eastern side of this low pressure system. As you can see, it is really not fully organized with any convection at all as of right now, but you definitely see those lower level clouds that are just spinning around that actually look quite organized. Now, looking at some of these spaghetti models associated with Invest 91L, you can see here we have a very weird track, and we are at the start of hurricane season, so these tracks are going to be weird. This is going to be heading south from Florida due to a high pressure across the southeast. This is going to bring it over to Cuba, then potentially up into southern Florida and the Bahamas, which could bring a potential tropical storm, which the National Hurricane Center does say a short-lived tropical depression or tropical storm. I definitely think this could form into our first named tropical storm of the season, because as it heads south towards Cuba, we have some very warm waters as it heads further and further south. Eventually, the Gulf of Mexico, over probably in middle of July, the Gulf of Mexico will be extremely heating up here. As you know, we do have an El Nino watch in effect, and an El Nino expected this fall, but still above average temperatures for the Atlantic Ocean. So it's going to be an interesting hurricane season. The National Hurricane Center is forecasting that it's going to be a near average season, which I am expecting as well. But with this pattern, it's going to be weird to forecast. So this could be above average, this could be average, or this could be below average. It's going to be a weird hurricane season that is expected. Looking at now Invest 91L model intensity guidance, we have a couple of models that are reaching tropical storm strength, but then weakening very quickly within the next 24 hours. A lot of those staying just under tropical storm strength, and if this gets organized enough, we could see a tropical depression by tonight, which will circulate some rain showers across the Florida Peninsula into central Florida as well. Nothing really concerning as of right now, because it is a start of hurricane season and these waters are not very warm, so they're not capable of any rapid intensification that we typically see with some storms in the peak hurricane season. We are just beginning here, so at most we could see a tropical storm from Invest 91L as of right now. And finally, looking at the excessive rainfall outlook for Florida, as you can see, we have a marginal risk in effect here for day 1, which is today. That's including Orlando, Tampa, Miami as well, Fort Myers as well. That's just at least a 5% chance of potentially seeing some excessive rainfall across Central Florida. This goes throughout day 2, which stays in kind of the same area for day 2 as well. Just a small flash flooding risk throughout the state of Florida here throughout the next few days as this Invest 91L kind of goes through the Gulf of Mexico, then going through the Cuba area and heading up through the Bahamas. Nothing concerning as of right now, but maybe a short-lived tropical depression or tropical storm potential throughout the next couple of days. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Turn on post notifications. You won't miss a single upload or live stream this hurricane season, and I'll try to keep you updated as much as possible. Last hurricane season, you guys showed your support, and I'm going to definitely deliver this hurricane season as much as possible. But as always, I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe.